Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sandown Park here on Friday. It is April the 26th, 2019. I'm going to look at the stakes races on the program from Sandown, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Also, join me tomorrow for some great jumps fixture from Sandown. I like this two-day festival. Friday you have the flat, Saturday you have the jumps, and I like that a lot. In a few years' time, if I could get a trip over to the UK, I really would love to go this weekend because I really like the jumps fixtures at Sandown, and I really like the flat fixtures at Sandown too. So it's on my bucket list of race course to go into the world. So hopefully in a few years' time I could go to this fixture when I have enough money. But like I said, join me all weekend for the Sandown previews. Also Sunday we have some great fixtures from Longchamp in France, the Prix, which looks like a very good race. So join me on YouTube for a preview of that. And also today opens Belmont here in New York. Some great racing there. And Churchill opens tomorrow. And all throughout the week I'll have Churchill previews. And next Saturday's the Derby from Churchill. I'll have a preview selection for that. So am I done plugging? Yes, I am. So let's get to the stakes action from Sandown. We're going to look at the races 2, 3, and 4. The 225, the 3 o'clock, and the feature 335. The 2 o'clock, the second race. The 225, the second race from Sandown. It's the Group 3 Gordon Richards Stakes. It's a Group 3 race for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $89,500. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Fields of 7 horses going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to take the 2-horse Crystal Ocean. Gonna go 2-1-4 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 2-1-4 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 2-horse Crystal Ocean. 5-year-old horse by See the Stars. Ryan Moore picks up the mount for Sir Michael Stout. I tried picking away from this horse, but he's run much the best races out of anybody here, and I think the class relief should help him, and I just think he'll run a massive race. His most recent outing came against much tougher horses at Ascot on the 20th of October. Soft ground, a mile and a quarter in the Group 1 Champion Stakes. He finished second by 6 lengths behind Cracksman, who ran, it was his career finale that day, and he ran a hell of a race that day. This horse, he just couldn't get him. He was second best. He ran, the second best race there, but he just couldn't catch that amazing horse. Before that, again, behind a Gosden horse in the Group 3 September Stakes, the Kempton, 1 mile and a half, September the 8th. The horse finished second by 2.5 lengths behind Nabel, who we all know won next start out in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, and then won the Breeders' Cup Turf, becoming the first horse to win both those races. But this horse, she just couldn't again get into it. And then before then, the King George and Queen Elizabeth at Ascot, mile and a half, July 28th. He finished second by a neck behind Poet's Word, and he ran a massive race there. He closed up well, and then in the Group 2 Hardwick at Royal Ascot, he won by 2.5 lengths. And again, he just won very nicely. He starts off his season well, and then he kind of falls off the map a little bit towards the end. But last year he did start his season off in this race, and he won by a nose very nicely. He's going to start back up here again today. Like I said, this race is not nearly as tough as some of the other races he's faced. Last year's race was a lot tougher than this year's race, I'll tell you that for sure. And drier ground to 2, and I think he'll run well. So 4 to 5, I'll take him, but there's no value at 4 to 5. So we'll have to hit the Tri-Cast to make some extra money with this race. So here's my Tri-Cast Trifecta to recap my selection for the second, the 225 from Sandown. It's the Group 3 Gordon Richards Stakes. I'm going to take the 2-horse Crystal Ocean as a top selection. I'm going to go 2-1-4 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. Let's get to the third from Sandown. Race number 3, the 3 o'clock from Sandown. It is the Group 3 BET365 Classic Trial. It's a Group 3 race for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $89,500. Race for 3-year-olds only. We have a field of 7 horses going 2,000 meters or a mile and 1/4 on the turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to give you the 7-horse Travel On. I'll go 7-3-6 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 7-3-6 Tri-Cash Trifecta, but we'll give you this bit of a price play here also of the 3-horse Quake Currency. We'll talk about him in a second, but we'll first talk about my top selection, 7-horse Travel On. This trio colt by Loop the Vega. Frankie Dettori gets leg up for John Gosden. The horse's most recent outing came the 22nd of March at Linkfield, a mile and a half on the poly track in a Class 5 novice. The horse won by 5 there. He was 25 cents to the dollar. He was much the best, and he was just much best. That's all I could say. He ran very well. Before the 24th of October at Newmarket, a mile and a quarter on good ground in Class 3 maiden. He finished second by a neck. He really closed up well late in the race. He stayed the distance well. It was a good run. He probably would have suited with a mile and a half trip that day, but he still ran very well. And then before that, at Leicester on yielding ground, October the 16th, 1 mile in Class 4 novice. He finished fourth by 2 1/4 lengths. He ran well. Like I said, I think he's going to get better as the distances gets longer. I think the mile and a quarter is still a little bit short for him, but I think he'll handle it today. He should like the dry grounds, and like I said, mile and a half. He'll really do well with that trip later on in his career. I don't know. This horse, if he wins dead nicely, does he go towards the Derby? We'll have to wait and see. Because if he does well today, I might back a few bucks on him for the Derby. But I like him a lot, so I'll take him here 4-1. A bit of a price play if Travelodon doesn't quicken up. It would be the 3-horse Quick Currency, this 3-year-old Colt by Kitten's Joy. Tar Marquand gets leg up for Richard Hannon. This horse's most recent outing came during the Craven meeting at Newmarket last week. 7 furlongs in a listed handicap. He finished 7th by 21 lengths, and his wheels were spinning, and he wasn't excelling. He never got into it. First off the break, he desperately needed the race. I think second off the break. Didn't know that was on. I think second off the break, everything's live here, but I think second off the break, again in the mile and a quarter, he should really run a lot better. That's freaked the fuck out of me. But before that, he ran in the Group 1 Vertum Futurity Trophy at Doncaster 1 mile on October the 27th. Formerly known as Racing Post Trophy. He finished 11th by 21 lengths there, and he kind of weakened out of it. He couldn't get his way on wet ground. And then at Newmarket, 7 furlongs in the Group 1 Dewhurst, he finished 5th by 8.5 lengths behind Too Darn Hard. Again, he couldn't get into it. But he's another horse. The mile and a quarter trip is straight to his wheelhouse. He has a good poster. I like the firm ground. I think second off the break, I'll give him another shot. So 20-1. I'll do a small each way wager on also. And if you're going to play the place pod, he's a horse you definitely want to use there. But to recap my selection for the 3 o'clock from Sandown, it's Group 3. Classic trial. Gonna go with the 7-horse Travelon. I'm gonna go 7-3-6 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. And like I said, 7 and 3 will get an each way wager. They definitely can be used in the place pot. So now let's get to race number 4. The 335, the 4th race from Sandown. It's the feature race of the afternoon. It is the Group 2, BET365 mile. It's a Group 2 race for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $128,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Fields of 8 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the Sandown lawn of the turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to take the 2-horse Beat the Bank. I'm going to go 2-5-1 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 2-5-1 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection of 2-horse Beat the Bank. This 5-year-old gun by Paco Boy, who actually won this race twice in the late 2000s. So it's good sire here. Sylvester de Sousa gets the leg up for Andrew Balding. The horse's most recent outing came 9th of December at Shatin, 1 mile in the Group 1 Hong Kong mile. He finished 11th by 7 3/4 lengths. Like I said in an earlier video today, the European horses either run massive races in Hong Kong or they run shit races. This horse ran a shit race. He just never got into it. He weakened out of it. He was just facing the best milers in the world. He couldn't keep up. It wasn't his day to win. Before then, the QE2 at Ascot, 1 mile on soft ground, October the 20th. He finished 11th by 20 lengths, and I don't know how to get the form out of that race because the winner, Roaring Lion, ran well, but Ocean Murphy and John Gosling said he hated that ground so much. He got there out of default because a lot of horses hated the ground. This horse just was under the drive most races and weakened out of it. It wasn't his day to win. And then the Group 2 Celebration mile at Goodwood, 1 mile good to soft ground, August 25th. He won by a half length. He quickened up nicely and had a very good weight, even with the heavy weight. And then before then, the Group 1 Sussex Stakes at Goodwood going a mile. He finished 5th by 2 1/4 lengths. I didn't think he ran half bad, but he still could have excelled a little bit better. And then before then, the Summer Mile at Ascot, he won by a neck, and he just ran very, very well. Back here to Sandown, lesser quality horses, perfect way to start off his season. I'll take him here at 7-2. Another horse, if you're gonna play the place pot, I used the 5-horse at Regal Reality also with Ryan Moore. He's stepping down a little bit of class. He loves the mile trip, and Sir Michael Stone has some success in this race also. He's another horse I would definitely use also. But to recount my selection for the 4th now, the 335 from Sandown, it's the Group 2 BET365 mile. I'm going to take the 2-horse Beat the Bank. I'll also give some creds to the 5-horse Regal Reality. I'm going to go 2-5-1 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.